Hi, this is Tarot Take Today, and I'm resuming this series after 2 years. It might be helpful if you want to know a little bit more about the tarot card that I'm doing, and today it's the Six of Cups. Or if you're just a tarot nerd, I'm not actually doing a reading here, but I will see what comes out in these cards today. It also might be helpful if you've drawn the Six of Cups and you're wondering, just a bit more insight or somebody else's insight into that. So I've chosen these cards from different decks, and I didn't choose this one, but I just wanted to bring it out. This is the, regular Rider-Waite. And there's lots of different takes on the Six of Cups. I'm going to start with the Six of Cups from the Light Seers. And this is that energy of childhood. It's that energy of nostalgia, thinking back to wonderful moments in the past. Sometimes some people connect it to going back to the past, going back to a lover, for example. Sometimes I see the Six of Cups as a message coming through from a past loved one. And I used to get that quite a lot. So when the card came up, then I would note what came after it, because then I would get a message. It could be somebody else's past loved one as well. So for a lot of readers, there is that past element to it. The other aspect of the Six of Cups is like it's Sun in Virgo, no, Sun in Scorpio, I think. And so the Scorpio element and the cups kind of puts a layer of intensity in it, to me anyway. And this card is called Pleasure. So, pleasure of any kind, but it's that intensity, that interest, that drive that comes when you are in the energy of or doing something or with something that you're really, really keen on. And I often see the Six of Cups in that way. It's that intense enjoyment out of whatever activity. And it's, like a hobby or something like that. This one here is, to me, these two elephants, they look like they're smiling. It is the Six of Cups aspect of simple pleasures in life. And I mean, the number 6 is, it's a number of balance. It comes up, in tarot, it comes after the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is a challenging energy. It can be a sad energy. It can be an energy of loss. It can be, loss. And sometimes that Six of Cups can be almost remembering a bit of that loss, but recognizing the gifts that are really the simple things in life, the simple pleasures of life, the simple things that you take for granted. It's like coming out of that grief or that loss of the Five of Cups and just seeing things with a renewed perspective of, you've been through whatever it is, but now it's like the mist is clearing and you can see the beauty in things. That can be part of it too. The simple pleasures in life, just the enjoyment of things that you might not necessarily think that you enjoy. It's things that you may have previously taken for granted, for example. The other thing that I get with the Six of Cups is the energy of togetherness, and it's a togetherness that doesn't require any sort of categorizing. It doesn't require, this person is blah, blah, blah to me and I'm blah, blah, blah to them. It's just kind of an understanding or a connection that can sometimes be fleeting, but it is, you just sense it. It's a beautiful energy, and that's one of the simple pleasures of life, but that's kind of a bit of a separate issue. It's a soul connection energy, and this card does come up sometimes when there's the energy of a soul connection and a soul mate. Now this depiction is, you've got your nostalgia, you've got your childhood, you've got a bit of protection here, perhaps there's protection of the walls, etc. And you've got purity. You've also got naivety, and what comes along with that, I mean, that is a beautiful thing. And it is something that definitely needs to be protected. But sometimes this card comes up when there's been, what shall we say, youngster abuse. And it would depend what card comes after that, or what cards are around that. But that is something that I've seen, not very often, but I have seen that. And, perhaps if you have the Devil card, you may have other cards like the Emperor card, some of the Swords cards, for example. It does depend, and it also depends on the question, of course. But that is, I guess, that to me is really probably the only downside, or the negative for the Six of Cups. But and perhaps if you read, reversals, you might take that reversal, depending on whatever cards are around it, to mean that. But certainly you'd have to ask the querent. But I mean, the Six of Cups, let's get that out of the picture, because it's not my favorite one. I would say with this arrangement here, this is definitely my favorite one. And it's a connection that is stands the test of time, lasts the test of time. It's the sort of thing that it could be like a friendship. I know that one of my relatives had a friend that she didn't see very often, but whenever she saw her, she felt like there had been no time in between visits, and they just got on like a house on fire. And that is what I see with the Six of Cups. It's a beautiful card. I hope that's been helpful. Let me know if it has, and bye for now.